Hello and welcome back to another video. I had no idea how to caption this video, so if it sounds stupid then just let it. Today I want to talk about the current state of fangirls when it comes to male celebrities, and while this is absolutely nothing new, it's just something that has been continuously on my feed for some reason the last few months. So the World Cup just happened like last month, and I liked one Jude Bellingham tweet, and Twitter had decided suddenly I love Jude Bellingham and soccer in general, which I don't really, but throughout the spamming of my feed when it comes to this, a few things were like catching my eye, and I'm going to talk about both of them today. Social media has made people really disrespectful when it comes to the relationships of celebrities who they are infatuated with. Jude Bellingham is obviously a soccer player, and he's kind of blowing up right now on social media and gaining a whole new fan base of horny women who have likely never watched soccer before. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that per se. They can like whoever they want. But the issue stems with the fact they don't know how to act. It's always going to be like this when you gain an abundance of fans, especially when they only really like you because you're attractive. And it was very obvious to me that that's the reason everyone was suddenly posting him on Twitter. But recently, I guess he either got with his girlfriend or posted her for the first time or something, and his fans had plenty to say about this. Ashlyn Castro is an Instagram model with 1 million followers currently, but I don't know how many of those are because of Jude, but she also dated Michael B. Jordan, so could also be that. That don't even matter. None of this matters, though. I'm getting sidetracked, and actually, now that I think about it, Jude and Ashlyn might have already, been together for a while, but his new fan base just didn't know. Either way, this is not a Jude Bellingham lore video, so let me continue. The reason I am yapping so much about this is obviously the reaction to them together. Jude's fans went crazy, attacking her and calling her a gold digger because of her looks and her past relationships with celebrity men. But it is clearly just because Jude Bellingham has a girlfriend, and she's very, very pretty. I'm going to try and say this in the nicest way possible, but you have to be downright crazy to think an athlete of this caliber, especially in this generation, is ever going to date a woman who isn't a copy and paste Instagram model plump for filler. Jude Bellingham is not going to random DM Kelsey Smith from bumfuck Kentucky, and I'm sorry to y'all, but it is facts. His girlfriend is not the reason he ain't in your messages trying to hook up. It makes no sense to attack her for being in a position that you dream about being in yourself. You are allowed to have an unrequited crush on him or literally any other celebrity, but when you turn to attacking the significant other simply because of it, that's when you should probably chill out. You also have fans of Hollingham attacking her since it disrupts the Yowie. That's like the ship name for Holland and Bellinger, which I also seen a lot of posts of, and I thought y'all were joking. I thought it was like a cute little thing, but some of you actually are out here swearing that Erling and Jude are in love with each other. It's kind of giving Larry Stylinson all over again, and we still haven't gotten to a point in society where two men can be affectionate with each other without fangirls making up some fake homosexual lore about them. And just like with Louis and Harry from One Direction and any girlfriend they've ever had, Ashlyn is also being attacked for getting in the way of true love. And this does not even apply to just male relationships, because I had seen the same thing happen with Off Campus. Off Campus was the show of the summer, I guess, because it's all I kept seeing on my Twitter feed, and I never watched it. But at first I was seeing it because people were complaining that the lead actress is 19 and how her love interest in the show is 30, which she's 28. Please stop rounding 28 up to 30. I'm up there in age, and it's upsetting me. I know most of the people complaining about this are 17 to 21, so you guys probably think 28 is grandma age, but please. I also don't really understand this controversy because it's acting. it isn't like they're dating in real life. Belmont has a girlfriend, which is obviously why I'm bringing this up, but I think you guys cannot separate acting from real life. I generally do not think this 28-year-old is interested in a 19-year-old just because they are actors who are acting. Then the next reason I had kept seeing this on my feed is because women were saying that the wardrobe department were like choosing bras that were too small for the main actress. And then it was on my feed because one of the actresses had broken up with Fletcher from Ant Farm, and I seen a podcast video of him calling her just some bitch with Gabe from Good Luck Charlie, and that's literally insane. But that was the last time I had ever seen Off Campus on my feed. But when that show had blown up, the main guy, Belmont, had a girlfriend. Still probably has one. I didn't check. But she was constantly getting attacked at the time, not because they were jealous of her, but mostly because many fans actually shipped him with his co-star Ella, which is why they be saying you can never win, since half the fan base was saying the age gap was weird and shit, and then the other half was literally trying to hook them up for real. And I know Belmont fans try to say his girlfriend deserves the hate because I guess she's like super shady towards them, but she would have never been like this had the fan base not been hating to begin with. She isn't the one who started it, and I'm actually glad she spoke up. Fans were literally mocking her for hanging out with the cast and saying things like, she thinks she's a part of the group. They genuinely think that she was there to try and keep Belmont away from Ella and not just to simply support her boyfriend at an event. These people treat everything like it's a movie or fan fiction. Sometimes people's lives are just normal. Not everything is this drama-filled spectrum of jealousy and bitterness. I had previously mentioned how one of the actresses, Mika, was dating Fletcher from Ant Farm, and after they broke up, it seemed like half the fanbase again were pushing for her to get with Steven, her male counterpart in the show. He also has a girlfriend, and she was literally the entire reason he got the part in Off Campus. It just seems to me that so many fans cannot tell the difference between fiction and reality. And this doesn't surprise me because I do feel like despite being an adult age show, many of the viewers are young teens, and I remember being a young teen and it was exactly like this. They don't see this as fiction and assume that because the actors have great chemistry during filming, it must mean they want to have sex with each other. And that also means they must belittle and rage bait their girlfriends until they finally leave, and then things can be happy ever after. But then on the other end of that spectrum, you have women trying to cope by glazing the girlfriends of their fave for literally no reason. There was a tweet I came across on my feed recently, and it's actually what encouraged me to finish this video. It had a picture of Ashlyn, who I've mentioned is Jude Bellingham's current girlfriend, and it said something like, Jude, is your girlfriend single? Or something, I don't know. And this is really agitating to me because you would fuck her boyfriend in a heartbeat if given the chance. This doesn't come off as genuine, especially if your entire Twitter account is dedicated to your obsession with Jude and how attractive he is. It comes off more as if you're trying to cope with the fact he's dating someone. It's okay to be disappointed that your celebrity crush has a girlfriend. It's only normal, it's fine. Fans were also doing this with Hudson Williams' girlfriend a while back, where they would say things like, forget him, I want her. No you don't, shut up. Shut up. They would even try and disregard Connor's story and Hudson by tweeting something along the lines of, just two random guys with my queen. And it was even weirder with Hudson Williams' girlfriend because she is genuinely like a nobody. No offense, obviously. I just mean, like, she had no following prior to Hudson Williams becoming famous. I don't see what the point of doing this is when everyone can tell it's performative. Everyone knows that this is how you looked when you hit that tweet button. I'm sorry. I seen a comment that said that they would rather have people say things like this than attacking the girlfriend. Saying nothing is also a choice. I don't know if people know this, but silence is always an option. I think the best thing to do is literally not mention the relationship at all, because you're either gonna come off as extremely bitter or just performative, because not a single person believes you, and it's actually more insulting to the girlfriend to use her as a pawn for feminist internet bisexuality points. That is the end of my video, and I want to say this is likely my last random commentary video for now, since I'm kind of like trying to change my content in a new direction. I want to lean more towards like musicians and commentary like that, so I hope you will stay for that. And also, I just made an Instagram, and my link is in my bio if you want to follow me. As always, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and feel free to like or even subscribe.